So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over a video that was put out a little while ago, a couple days ago, by Destiny. Now, I know that I think Sean has reacted to it. I think he reacted to it with Stitch and Adam. I hadn't had a chance to react to it. I was going to bring Sean on to react to it, but he already has commented on it, and he kind of wants to see where it's going to develop first, which is very fair. So him and I will collaborate in the future when it comes to responding to this and looking at this case. At this point, as far as I know, we don't even have an appearance by Destiny's lawyer. So it doesn't even appear from, what we know that he is represented at this point at all. So, we will go into that.
I know I shouldn't, but I really hope he goes pro se. I know every fiber of my being says he shouldn't, but I really want him to.
It would be fantastic if he goes pro se. Fantastic. But I do want to play this because this is some context I think you guys are missing about Destiny when he talks about his intense legal knowledge and how he can talk with such fluency about who's a good lawyer and who's a bad lawyer. Here is Destiny taking the LSAT.
You said why not zero? You're safe for now. 1 sec.
Too much time. Too much time. You should already be on the next question, dude.
Yeah. By the way, first of all, you don't have a computer. You're not allowed to do all this. You're not allowed to type. You're not allowed to be messaging. You're not allowed to look at anything else. So totally not test conditions. But he's already used too much time in getting this ready and not even preparing the basis for these questions. He would have failed the test just based on this alone. He's already failed. Spending 30 seconds fucking off, instead of answering the question, that would be a fail.
Okay. If both the first and second were zero, but no digits repeat. Wait, I just realized why we never ever do anything like this on stream. Holy shit. Christ, where were we? Holy shit.
Yeah, the reason why you never do it on stream is because you're...
I was just curious what the questions were. Oh my
buddy,
God.
I meant bread with higher IQ.
Good call.
Back to Minecraft. He literally had to give up and go back to Minecraft because he couldn't handle a single question, a single fucking question on the LSAT. But yet he thinks he's competent to come at lawyers, right? And myself and India later, you're going to see him coming at Sean, right? He thinks he's competent and has the ability to assess the validity and strength and credibility and of the legal.
Hey, when we're talking
rigor.
about Destiny, we want to avoid the term coming as much as possible.
The answer, the real answer is that when you graduate school, you just won't remember everything from school, which is fair. If you graduate.
And once again, it's kind of funny where he puts school as the be all end all versus, I don't know, maybe practical experience doing stuff or being able to, actually learn from people or talk to people or see things.
I will say this too, and I did not go to law school, so I don't know this for sure, but I've been told that law school doesn't really teach you the law. It teaches you the basis, but it's more of how to interact with our justice system, with our courts.
Correct. And putting value on, that's still sharing the whole screen there. Hold on, let me do this other way. So when you put value on law school above and beyond experience or above and beyond knowing stuff, that's a real problem. That's a real problem, because really where most people learn is by doing it or by seeing it or by talking to people or watching it. I've learned a lot about criminal law, despite studying it, despite having some experience over a summer doing criminal law. I learned a lot by just getting involved in watching criminal cases and how they actually go down and the reality of how they've gone down. It's really, it can be very educational.
Oh yeah, I can give you the full breakdown on this. And it's what do you do for work? And it's nothing even remotely related for decades on any of it. Yeah, I'm already cooked. I am as done weeks ago. I'm as done as I'm gonna get. That's it. That's everything else now is just annoying to deal with. But apparently that's not true, because if you ask all the lawyer people, apparently the and the FBI and the DOJ is about to come down on me and bring some crazy shit, I guess.
Okay, this is a straw man. Not a single lawyer said this.
Have any of us said that?
Nobody
Because
in
I
law
don't
tube has
remember
said this. It's a
anyone
complete
saying
lie.
that.
It's a complete lie. Nobody said that the FBI is coming down on him and they're going to fucking kick down his door. We've talked about whether or not this will survive a motion to dismiss. Now, some people have asked in the chat, could there be criminal charges? Yeah, it's possible, right? A lot of fucking things are possible, right? Saying it's possible is not saying the FBI is going to kick down his door and like throw the cuffs on him, you know, in the middle of a stream or whatever. We're not. He's wildly straw manning that argument, making stuff up there, complete ridiculousness. We have never said that. I've never said that. I haven't heard Sean say that, you know, at all. Maybe somebody in the chat maybe have sent a question about, you know, whether there can be criminal consequences, but nobody's saying that this is like the worst thing ever, the biggest crime ever, that he's going to be, you know, executed or he's going to get the death penalty or something. No, exaggeration, pure exaggeration.
Trump himself, the attorney general herself, is going to come and arrest me, I guess. Yeah.
Nobody said that. Literally nobody.
The
said
lawyer
that.
Chud had on suggests you had no legal team at all. On what basis? What is he even a? Is
he once again? We haven't seen a notice of appearance. That's the basis. So, bro, it's very simple. When you have a lawyer, you have to file something magical called the notice to appear. We haven't seen.
Yeah, I'll bring
that.
up the court listener right now.
There's an objective way to see this. There's a actual objective way to see this. Oh, thank you. Got that. There's an objective way to prove this. So it's not like we're just making shit up. We're like, listen, bro, we have no reason to believe you have an attorney. And until we see a notice to appear, like, which we do not see here, there is an issue. So I'm going to share with you guys. This is the court listener. So these are the documents. Now this does have a little bit of a delay. The court listener can be delayed by a day or two, but if you see here, we have the complaint. We have a clerk notice. We have a summons to Stephen Bonnell. We have an order. We have the clerk's notice of judicial assignment. We have procedures. We have the plaintiff's motion, to use a synonym, Jane Doe. And we have an order, a protective order signed by the judge. So we do not have, none of these things objectively shows that he has an attorney. So at this point, based on reality, we can say he doesn't have an attorney. I think it's not just fair. That's the truth right now. He is not represented in court.
Yeah, here, Dusty, you asked the grounds. Here's your fucking grounds.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, once again, he never has the Carfax. He just talks shit without providing law, facts, backup, just talking shit. It's like, where's your lawyer? Where's your notice to appear? I mean, once again, it's not hard. Just hire one and they'll file one. It's a very simple thing to file. But as of today, which is February in Asia, it's February 28th at 1 a.m. in Indochina time. It is on February 28th. He does not have a lawyer. He may have a lawyer tomorrow. That's fine. But right now he doesn't.
We're in full report mode regarding Justin and Smelly Gene. Listen, if you see people breaking rules on other Discord servers, you should
see he's conflating the fact that Sean came on Chud Logic. Right? It's not Chud Lawyers, Chud Logic, well, whatever.
Absolutely report the fuck out of it, of course. I want to make Discord a better place. Wait, I'm just curious where he makes that claim. I mean, like, I can't watch most of this because he's going to say crazy shit, and I probably can't. I don't want to comment on like claims specific to my to the whatever bullshit is going to last forever, dumb or
Pacer filings, because that's the federal court stuff. I'll send you a link. I don't know if you've ever used it before. You can find the federal court thing where everything that gets put, it's all done electronically. So the day it happens, it's up. We'll see if an attorney enters an appearance because he's got 21 days to respond from the 18th. In between that time, if he retains counsel, they'll enter their appearances. So we'll know if he's got a legal team. We'll know what's going on.
So he's literally being told, like, this is what you have to do to see if we have a legal team. It's not there. Sean is literally explaining
There
very
you go.
clearly and
That's
objectively.
how people know it. Oh my God.
So
So how the hell did he make the on what's grounds argument earlier?
Right. Yeah, and how is that? Like, I love the people in the chat like, oh, it's insane. This is an insane take. You mean it's the right take? You mean it's factual?
But right now, I'm assuming he's probably full of shit. I don't think he's got a legal team because I just can't imagine it at this point.
I mean,
Maybe
that's not to say. I mean,
like Like, why couldn't we imagine that? What is his rationale for this?
Because you haven't filed a notice to appear. He literally said it. Can you not listen? Once again, it's the ADHD brain where he literally can't listen. You do not have a notice to appear.
Because if you have a legal team on retainer, the first thing that would have happened would be a notice of to appear on that docket would have shown up immediately because they're on retainer. So it means you have to find a legal team. You don't have one. So the statement's just true.
Yep, exactly. So I once again, it's because Destiny, somebody in the chat said it, he just can't stop talking enough to listen. And I used to have that problem when I was very young sometimes, but you have to learn to sometimes shut the fuck up and listen.
This guy's, is he not a real lawyer or?
See, and by the way, that's defamation. To call somebody not a real lawyer is defamation. Now, I know he's asking a question. I know it's on the line, whatever, but like he's going around, saying things. I think he was implying earlier about me, is this guy an American attorney? Like he was just like, he was, implying that is defamation. So once again, I think he's asking us a question. So maybe it doesn't hit the threshold. But it's dancing on the line.
It is,
once again,
because people forget that pretending to be an attorney is a crime. So if you ask the question, is this person even a real attorney? You are immediately placing that thought in somebody's head. And that's just straight up defamation.
Correct. Let's continue.
I don't know if that's not true that there's nothing you can do until somebody files a complaint against you. What a stupid fucking thing to say. Okay.
Sometimes they do, and then a lot of times they don't. And I kind of thought, honestly, I thought Pixie was going to pull a cap.
I don't know what he's trying to say there. There's nothing you can do until they file. Well, legally, yes. You cannot do anything about their complaint, except for, I guess you could try to settle it.
He's playing with words. He's trying to say, oh, you can't do anything before you're filed on. Yeah, there is things that you could do. Well, first of all, the scope of the question in terms of what potentially criminals talking about is what you can do in reaction to this lawsuit. Obviously, you cannot react to a lawsuit if it has not been filed.
Correct. That's what Sean is talking about here. So he's conflating the two.
Apples and just off into the wind with the money. Like, oh yeah, I guess I'll sue him. I'll get to it. And that never happened either. So, I think that's what a lot of people are expecting. I think that's what Destiny was hoping. And Pixie decided to, do what she thought was right. And I'm glad she did it, because I can only imagine if there's 15 that have come forward, how many more are out there? How many more don't even realize it happened to them?
That number is, by the way, not even remotely close
Sean
to
is saying
what people.
Something that's extremely relevant. When people were posting and asking me to react to the Pixie Destiny drama, I said I was not going to react to any of it until I saw a court document posted and filed. And boom, it was like a week later. So kudos to Pixie for not being what every Google Doc dropper tends to be.
VTubing
she put
community.
her money where her mouth is, and immediately she has more credibility to me for her claims.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put them on blast, but the VTubing community with their fucking Google Docs, when everyone wants me to react to a Google Doc, there's rare occasions where I will, in a case where it's like the lawsuit
There's
is
a
nearly
reason why when I
impossible,
first started doing content creation, I was actually going to do a podcast called VTuber Court, where I was going to act as a judge and we're going to mock trial Google Docs. And it was going to be pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because everybody can draw. No, there's no barrier to entry to a Google Doc. And once again, if you're falsifying records, making false statements, there's no punishment of perjury or lying to law enforcement, etc. Right? Like if you go to court and file a complaint, or if you file a police report and you lie, then you can end up like Juicy Smooth and have some troubles.
It is saying, but okay.
Sean versus
There's actually
Destiny.
Another clue to your little theory here, and that is that at one point Destiny says something like, his legal team or lawyers didn't expect Pixie to file a lawsuit. Is that a reasonable expectation from like a legal perspective, do you think? Or was that a bit short-sighted, naive?
His legal team of like his chat and maybe like Pisco, I don't know, like behind the scenes, like giving him not legal and legal advice.
I don't think it's wrong to think that that's impossible. Well, they said they're going to sue me. It's very much, you can have you have to wait till they launch the attack. So there's a lot of times where just don't make things worse. And then if they attack you, then we'll respond. But there's not a lot you can do till she starts, loosening arrows at you. Which ultimately that's really just the nature of it. It's she gets to throw the first punch.
This is something that Mario kind of briefly mentioned, because I actually spoke. Mario helped me out tremendously with something previously in regards to the DMCA thing, which I'm very appreciative of.
Yeah.
But he sort of alluded to there maybe being some sort of free speech aspect, like a First Amendment thing. And I'm wondering, is that an interference with some of these statutes that are governing this revenge porn stuff? Or
So the federal statute and the state statute, they pretty much mirror each other. There could be some First Amendment concerns there, but for Destiny, let's wipe those off the map because there's 5 counts. We'll get rid of count 1 and count 2 of the complaint. Fine. He intentionally inflicted emotional distress on a woman. He violated her privacy. And what's the 5th one?
Just as a quick thing, anybody that is even uttering anything having to do with revenge porn related to me has absolutely no idea what they don't know anything about what the elements are of any of the underlying crimes that they're alleging. They don't know what like malicious intent means.
We don't know the elements, Destiny? Really? We don't know the elements? Huh? Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Well, look, we have the cause of action. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. We got going through. We got all this information. And by this is the second one. This one actually is just looking more at intent. But like, oh no, we're not looking at anything about the elements of the cause of action. Not at all. Not at all. Not focusing on intent. Not at all. We don't know anything about intent. We haven't talked about that at all. Come on, Destiny. Super disingenuous. Extremely disingenuous. Extremely disingenuous. Let's continue.
There's also 2 other terms if you're bored. Things called proximate harm and foreseeability are also like these people are just fucking clueless. Oh God, I can't.
And because Destiny knows more about proximate harm than Sean. Yeah, my money's on Sean. Sorry.
Like listening to talk about my legal cases is one of the most frustrating things. Oh,
look, here's the problem. Like, Destiny is also doing the classic resorting to character assassination.
Correct.
Because he can't articulate where our knowledge base is lacking. He's going to call us clueless or whatever. So he's lost the debate already in terms of this discussion.
Right. And now he's gonna literally bring up something about like, what is he bringing up? Like Trump's DOJ and Trump's lawyers. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with your case?
I have to be like a serial rapist, Harvey, whatever. Like there has to be some way to explain something because either they feel like I should be a virgin or they're sad that their viewership sucks or they're sad that nobody, vibes on their content. Like there has to be like some reason. There's got to be something to explain.
Funny? Like, I thought about Harvey Weinstein to compare with the grooming thing, but Destiny went ahead and said it. Like, I decided specifically not to make that connection.
He brought it up.
Because it's an easy to make connection. He did it, not me.
Self-felt.
It's like,
I have this power and I have this access and it all, like you said, there's a system to him doing this. It's a pattern. But he's not the first guy to ever do this with women, or whatever relationship people are in.
Because the thing is, when you say grooming, I have a resistance to that, and I have to think, okay, is this just some sort of latent DDG defense mode kicking in? But I think, I guess the thing is for me, is I always categorize grooming as in regards to also children. Do you know what I mean? And it's quite a strong word. But I think I can see what you mean. It's like there's a system at play, bringing people in, they come on stream, there's a sexual...
How is KF able to exist when it only exists to mass harass people? I mean, there's nothing illegal about harassing people. There's nothing really even illegal about doxing people, so...
relationship.
We can say he Harvey Weinstein.
Didn't Destiny also cut off Chud because he wouldn't fire his editor? No. What? The issue that I had with Chud,
so
also I never cut anybody off. Sometimes
there are numerous states, a few that I know, that quite literally has cyber harassment and doxing criminal statutes in place. California
is actually
Florida,
executed
Georgia,
theirs,
Texas, even fucking Texas has cyber harassment and doxing statutes in place. Yes, California, yes, did. I think had one of the first ones in place. Now, each state defines doxing differently. For instance, doxing in Texas is only the publication or republication of someone's address, be it current or previous, and telephone number. In California, it's defined as the publication or republication of uniquely identifying information, whether or not it's public, to a new audience with intent to cause harm. So, yes, state to state, the definition of doxing harassment might differ, but Destiny was completely wrong. There are, I would say at this point, close to half the states in the United States have harassment and doxing statutes in place that are criminal violations.
So, it's not something that is just completely made up.
I don't want to do content with people anymore. But the issue that I have with Chud Logic is that Chud Logic hosts the Kiwi Farms equivalent of on Discord, which is Spicy Chat, which is basically another group of people that are obsessed with me.
How does he know so fucking much about Kiwi Farm? This is stuff that I don't even know about Kiwi Farms. Once again, this is showing he pays a lot of attention to this. Like it shows an autistic level of detail for people talking about him. I mean, once again, this is why he's got this mental state.
Kiwi Farms Lite, except it exists on Discord, and that's like a community that Chud Logic hosts that I didn't want like any closeness to. So I created, I think, a little bit of space. I didn't ever want to talk to DK. I don't know if I don't think I cut Chud Logic off because of DK. I don't remember, but yeah, Chud might have cut me off because of DK.
Also, I guess Spicy Chat is not. It's not Kiwi Farms, but he's calling it Kiwi Farms Lite. Okay, well, so he knows about every community that says anything about him. Got it. Indeed.
I will say something that is kind of funny too. We have a little behavioral panel, like body language thing. When he talks about the people being obsessed, Spicy Chat being obsessed with him, you can hear him conceal a smile. You can hear the inflection, the raise in your voice when you smile. Like if I smile, you can hear it get higher. You can hear him when he talks about them being obsessed with him.
You know, he brought him in and tried to do we all know apparently the consent issue is a consent issue for Destiny. He has consent accidents apparently. If everything Pixie says is right, like it looks like there's an issue with him not understanding you can't do this. But he does. He uses his power. He uses his prestige. And I know you're not this, but people, Vosh would love this because Destiny's using.
Like I like how there's never, ever been a shred of evidence ever pointing this out in any way, size, shape, or form. But it's always like the predominant narrative, largely because Kiwi Farms pushes it, and everybody that hates me loves to slurp it up. But like.
Using his power in a position of power, and it's all about power. Who controls the power? And this is really one of them. And sure, he sweet talked these women. It's like, oh, I love you. You're great. You're cool. I'm just a silly little gooner. And he used all of that and then took advantage of it. I mean, this, manipulating women like this. He's not the first guy to do this.
No, sure. Just on a side note, with your own perspective on this, are there like debates where you've had like very fractious disagreements with Destiny that like people might try and point to say, well, you're biased against Destiny. You hate the guy.
I've never been on with Destiny, so
okay.
I mean, like I'm sure there's a lot of things we disagree about fundamentally on a political level and maybe philosophical level, but I mean, like, I'm sure he likes drinking water. I like drinking water. He likes oxygen. I like oxygen. I'm assuming he likes cats and dogs. I like cats and dogs. So there's some common ground.
Sure. And this is okay. This is something that I've tried to wrangle my head around as a fucking layman. But it's like, to me, it seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing. If
you're unaware, this attorney has a KF account and is active in your thread. Oh, what's his name on Kiwi Farms? I probably read stupid posts by him before because there was a lot of stupid legal analysis in the Kiwi Farms threads as well. I just assumed it was all non-lawyer people.
Once again, he's admitting just full out saying he reads his threads like religiously.
But again, lawyers can be retards. So
if you can't talk about something, right? To me, it seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing if they're accused of something. I feel something. I've tried to wrangle my head around as a fucking layman. But it's like this idea of you can't talk about something, right? To me, it seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing if they're accused of something. I feel like without question. Neil Gaiman did it, and other examples.
So I already explained this. I don't know if this video went up before or after, but I mean. If you've seen now my statement and everything, now you understand where that came from. Because for me to talk about it means that it's going to be really brutal for the person on the other side of this lawsuit. And it would be nice to avoid that and give them more space to make a statement. But obviously that is not possible because that other person decided that they would rather me do the other things. It's like, okay, well, then I guess. But that was the reason why. The more that you attack the other side prior to any kind of stuff being filed, then the less maneuverability both sides have before any actual complaint is filed. He's not going to say that over here. He's going to say, oh, he's innocent.
Like, what is the story there? And how does it fit into how Destiny's claimed that himself?
What do you mean as far as not talking? Destiny not talking about something?
Well, okay, so just a little bit more. So Destiny has said, at points, I can't talk about this because it could negatively impact my legal case, but seemingly has spoken about it repeatedly.
Yes.
People keep saying this, spoken about it repeatedly. The question is not speaking anything about anything whatsoever. It's making specific claims about the actual claims of the lawsuit. Like, I'll say shit like, oh, I think these people are being greedy or whatever. Like, oh, I thought you couldn't talk about it. But no, that's not addressing the specific claim. Like, a lawsuit isn't just like, how bad of a guy is this guy? Okay, he's super bad. And now anytime he says anything, it's going to make him even worse. No, it has to do related to like particular causes of action that are going to be.
You shouldn't even talk about it in that amount
he's
of
already
time.
yeah
Like,
exactly he's already going too deep on this.
Litigation is active or being threatened or whatever it doesn't matter. It means you should not say anything. If you're asked about it, sorry, can't talk about it, full stop, period. It's not, oh, I think they're being greedy. Oh, I think you should not have Pixie's name or even reference to her in your mouth at all.
Yep, exactly. Get that name out of your mouth. He shouldn't be talking about it pretty much at all. And once again, now he's starting to talk about elements of a crime. He started talking about malicious intent. He's trying to, go into it, and he's picking and choosing, right? He's picking and choosing which he's talking about. He doesn't want to talk about that. He shouldn't be talking about that, and he can't talk about it. But he's trying to jibe Sean for his coverage, or like, and once again, this is a basic overview with a non-lawyer. Chud Logic, as far as I know, is a non-lawyer. So,
If it ever gets as far, which who knows? Like,
And I'm guessing
as an attorney,
yeah, go on.
I mean, any attorney worth his salt is going to tell you, you better have lips like a statue. Do not talk about this. You know, and Destiny's gonna, you know, if I was Destiny's attorney, I'd be like, you got the Trump stuff, run yourself ragged over Trump, just keep ignoring it. Do not talk about it. It's the best answer for him.
And he's giving him genuinely good advice. Like Sean is actually like giving him like that is genuinely good advice to Destiny. Like just go rage with TDS. You know, you can make so much money. Just feed into your people that hate Trump and just play into that. Go make money. That'll help you pay for lawyers, right? Like, why are you even feeling the need to address people and to clap back at people?
But he can't. He's already talked about it a ton as the situation has unfolded. But yes, from here on out, he should really shut up and not talk about it anymore. Talking about it will not help him. He's not going to talk his way out of it. All he's going to do is make it worse.
it's why. Okay, I don't know why I'm going over this.
It's nothing Sean said there was a lie. Literally everything Sean said there was factual.
Let's say theoretically, let's say that I sue somebody.
He thinks the theoretic. See, yeah,
I'm
Ava, you
sorry.
call it-
He
theoretic.
tried to have a response and he went, I don't even know I'm going over this. You know why you don't know? Because you were just given the most sound advice in the planet.
Literally, Sean gave you sound advice and you don't want to follow it. And you're mad because you don't want to follow advice. And you can't shut up and listen to the advice.
For let's say that I find a white person and I get my black friend to sue that person and I'm going to say, hey, I want you to accuse him of calling you the N-word 450 times while raping your whole family. Okay.
What the fuck is this hypo?
Go ahead and sue him, right? That process could take 1 to 3 years, depending upon everything from start to finish. If the person's cap, theoretically, for damages on some particular action is really low, or if it's not, if on the merits of the case doesn't seem very likely to succeed, the idea that like as a famous person, now if you're not a famous person, you're just an ordinary person, then yeah, you generally don't say anything. But as a famous person who stands more to lose from the bad publicity than from anything a court could do, there are reasons why you might make a statement, which should be incredibly obvious if you know anything at all about dealing with celebrities or tort.
That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous statement. You do not need to make a statement, right, at all. You can just literally make the statement that this is a legal issue and it's going to be handled by the lawyers. There's your statement. That's all you need to make. Congratulations. You made a fucking statement, dude. Like, that's it. This is a legal issue. It's going to be handled by the lawyers. This is a legal issue. It's going to be handled in court, right? This is a legal issue. I'll see her in court. That's it. That's your answer. That you don't need more than that. That's all, right? That's it. You don't need to come out and do all these crashing out streams of multiple hours.
When you say stuff like, oh, hey, these types of lawsuits can take 1 to 3 years. Yeah, that can be true, but you also have to consider where is Florida in terms of how fast these lawsuits go through. Found out just now, they're in the top 10 fastest turnover for these kinds of civil lawsuits. So they're up there with California. They're up there with Nebraska, Georgia. Like you are not in a state where it's nice and slow.
It has no effect, but that's going to be really, like, that's the best case scenario. The more likely scenario is he's not going to help himself, and the more you talk, those are now more things that her attorneys, they get the download, they can hold on to, and Destiny tries to go, I never said that. Like, and then this is what you just said, and now he's going to have to explain that. So that's why you don't talk about it. The more you talk, the more, our job is to figure out how to use your words against you, if we can.
Sure. Can you just explain the discrepancy? Because you're saying that a legal person will say, don't speak on this. But then, like say, Neil
These don't even seem to be good faith attempts to disagree with you. No, it's just like another character assassination arc.
How is this a character assassination to just say don't talk without a lawyer?
Everybody does whatever, anything to
statement, releases a statement and says, I've never done anything non-consensually. So how does that spin out?
I'm sure he probably cleared that through PR and the legal team.
Right.
But he's also not online, or he's not in the media all the time. Like, he's not talking all the time. Like Destiny talks 5-6 hours a day, every day. And if it's a limited thing, that's sometimes. But even then, a lot of attorneys will say, "Sorry, we're not saying nothing." And sometimes that's a better idea. But for somebody like him, PR might be involved, and they might have their own ideas. But there's no guarantee that's the right answer either. I mean, I've never had to deal with somebody that big, but I always tell my clients, like, just shut up. You gain nothing by talking.
Oh, hey, good job. You've never dealt with any large clients before. Then that's fine. Then why?
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What is he trying to say? Hold on.
No guarantee that's the right answer either. I mean, I've never had to deal with somebody that big, but I always tell my clients, like, just shut up. You gain nothing by talking.
Oh, hey, good job. You've never dealt with any large clients before. Then that's fine. Then why?
I've dealt with corporations that could fucking crush Destiny.
Likely that the legal team are going to be satisfied or happy with how he's talking about this.
I mean, I'm sure they probably, that's assuming he has a legal team. I mean, what does he have? Who knows? I mean, that's the big thing there. He says he's talking to his team. I mean, are you really? Like, you know, that's the other issue. So I can't imagine any attorney who's watching this and saying, "Oh, this is good," because watching him talk about this is terrifying. If I'm trying to defend him.
That's interesting actually, because there's one point in his recent, like yesterday's stream, when he spoke about this a bit more, and I think he said something like, "I've gone with a more aggressive legal team." Like, does that mean anything to you?
I mean, he may have tried to get some attorneys who are like hard chargers and fire breathers, but we'll go online to the Pacer filings, because that's the federal court stuff. I'll send you a link. I don't know if you've ever used it before. You can find the federal court thing where everything that gets put, it's all done electronically. So the day it happens, it's up. We'll see if an attorney enters an appearance because he's got 21 days to respond from the 18th. In between that time, if he retains counsel, they'll enter their appearances. So we'll know he's got a legal team. We'll know what's going on. But
which is what he said repeatedly, and Destiny is like cringed about. Once again, I really don't understand how he got like 20 minutes of like fighting a notice to appear being a thing.
Now I'm assuming he's probably full of shit. I don't think he's got a legal team because I just can't imagine it at this point.
I mean,
maybe
that sounds insane. I mean, I don't know.
He wouldn't be the first guy. I mean, to be fair, when Pixie said I'm gonna get legal counsel, I thought, don't talk about it.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say, a lot of these guys are. No, I don't want to sound like an elitist.
Oh, is he gonna defame them? What's going on here?
What's the term, penny lawyer or whatever?
Penny lawyer? Okay, that's where
I don't want to sound like an
penny
elitist, but I'm
lawyer?
gonna give it my best try.
What the fuck are you? Because you're not a lawyer, so what the fuck are you? If you're a penny, are you like a what are you, like a food stamp lawyer? Like what the fuck are you? You're a non-lawyer, so what is that? You gotta
You know what? He should have gone into his infinite knowledge base and he should have said, "Hey, penny lawyer," you know?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I haven't even used that. I haven't ever used that term in my life.
I mean, as long as we're making absolutely fucking ridiculous statements. I haven't heard the term penny lawyer like almost ever. I think I've heard it once.
Yeah, is it supposed to be like? Does that mean like a strip mall lawyer? Is that what he's trying to say? Like a really strip mall lawyer?
Lawyers are like restaurants. If you go into a restaurant and somebody hands you a menu and they have like 700 different items to choose from, none of them are probably going to be that good. If you
go to the fuck are you talking about, bro?
To a restaurant and you want a really good restaurant, they probably specialize on a certain type of food. It might be the case that you're at one restaurant that specializes in steak, and then you want really, really, really good sushi. You probably wouldn't go to the same steakhouse and see what they have on the sushi menu. You'd probably go to a place that specializes in sushi, unless you're going to IHOP or Denny's or something.
Yeah, then he literally just gave an example. He literally
it's fucking amazing.
He literally just gave an example.
I see the attempt and argument he's trying to make, but it falls flat on its face.
It's an appeal to specialization. Once again, it's eliminating the reality that you do need generalists, right? There's a place for generalists and specialists in the law, and in most professions, you need to have both generalists and specialists. You need a combination of both. They are important in many different aspects. A specialist cannot see the forest for the trees. They're autistically focused on one branch of the specific tree, right? They cannot see the forest. You do need somebody who can see the forest. That is ultimately important, especially in business, especially if you're running a successful large business. You cannot just look at, oh my God, this one specific sales regulation, this is going to, and you stop everything in your entire business because they're changing the regulation on paper straws. So you close down your fucking restaurant. No, you don't do that. You look, okay, there's just one thing. What's the scope of our liability?
Oh my God, they're getting rid of red dye number 4. Can shut everything down for half a year.
Exactly. Like there's a reason to go to the generalist. There's a reason to go to the restaurant that has a lot of options, because maybe you don't know what the fuck this other person wants to eat, and they want to, they want to eat a bunch of things, or they want to have a broader choice. They don't want to just eat fucking sushi, bro. So yeah, there's a place for everybody in that content. And frankly, at the end of the day, he doesn't even have a restaurant. He's eating out of the fucking dumpster, which is his fucking chat. So that is a garbage fire. That was the Destiny reacting video. I can successfully say that LawTube took 0 L's there. The only L is my IQ for having listened to that